Live from Gulf Shores, Alabama, site of the 2025 NCAA Beach Volleyball National Championships. This is Frogs Today. Our number one ranked Sandy Frogs have advanced to the Elite Eight today at 10 a.m. after defeating Georgia State yesterday. Baseball is on the road for a 3-game series at Arizona as their season winds down. Men's and women's golf both heard their names in the NCAA selection shows, traveling next week to regionals. Number 2 ranked men's tennis earned their number 2 overall seed, earning the right to host the regional and super regional rounds at the Purple Courts with a first-round win over Abilene Christian yesterday. Track and field host the TCU Horned Frog Invite today at the Loudon Complex. Volleyball wraps up their spring season hosting Baylor and SMU today in the Schollmeyer. We have special segments with women's soccer Cam Patton and former swim and dive coach Richard Sybesma. This is Season 6 of our Frogs Today weekly show, and we are on location early this morning. It's a little windy along the 32 miles of shoreline along Gulf Shores. I'm your host, Hallie, Corrine, Frist with Beach Volleyball.
And I'm Kassidy, Chun with the Sandy Frogs as well. Our team took care of Georgia State yesterday and have Texas at 10 a.m. today in the Elite Eight. And when we win that one, we play again later on this afternoon in the semifinal.
As we heard our name called last week, we get how excited our men's tennis team and both our golf teams feel hearing theirs. Women's golf was tabbed as the 3 seed in the Lexington Regional, which starts play on Monday.
The men are headed to the Auburn region a week from today. Baseball took another series over the weekend against Baylor, won the midweek over UTA, and looking to even the series in Arizona after dropping Game 1 last night.
We have great sound from women's soccer freshman Cam Patton on her journey through her stellar freshman year, national team camp, and her faith, as well as kicking off our 2025 TCU Hall of Fame class inductees, starting with swim and dive coach Richard Sybesma.
But let's not forget our football guys heading to the NFL. We got beach, men's tennis, and golf when we return. But first, a word from our sponsor, Richard's Rainwater.
The best tasting water comes straight from the sky, leaving just pure, refreshing raindrops in every bottle. Taste the difference. Sip the sky.
What do you see when you look up at the clouds? At Richard's Rainwater, we see the greatest source of pure, delicious water looking right back down at us. We've invented a simple, powerful technology to collect and bottle rainwater. Our process begins with the rain. When clouds become saturated, droplets fall from the sky. Rainfall is a naturally cleansing event. During the first few minutes, the raindrops clean the atmosphere and wash away any dirt or debris from surface areas. At this cleanest point in the rain cycle, we collect the pure raindrops into large storage vessels. Then, we use a simple, yet effective combination of ozone and microfiltration to ensure our rainwater surpasses the highest drinking water standards. We pour the pure, refreshing rainwater into glass bottles and aluminum cans, packaging as infinitely renewable as the water itself. Richard's Rainwater is building a network of collection systems across the country to ensure our rainwater is local everywhere. The purest, best-tasting water comes from the sky. Richard's Rainwater, sip the sky.
Welcome back to the show. I'm Hallie, Corrine, Frist, and since we're at the beach, we're going to start with beach. After winning the inaugural Big 12 Beach Volleyball Championship last weekend, we racked up some awards as well. Our head coach, Hector Gutierrez, was named Coach of the Year, leading us to a 19-5 record against ranked opponents. We've remained in the top 5 all year long, finishing the season at number 1. Lena Camille and Ana Vergara were undefeated in the year at 18-0 with 37 total wins together, and they earned Big 12 Pair of the Year, while our freshman, Sofia Isuskisa, was named Freshman of the Year with her 26 wins on the season, starting out the year 15-0 with her partner, Alanis Navas. Along with Lena and Ana, more of our teammates were named to the Big 12 All-Conference team, including Haley Hamlet, Maria Gonzalez, Tanya Moreno, and Danny Alvarez. Big news for Alvarez, Moreno, and Hamlet as they were named All-Americans, capped off with Danny awarded as the AVCA National Beach Player of the Year.
I had the privilege to spend 5 years at TCU. I'm where I'm at because of this program and all the stuff that comes with it and all the teammates. I circled with 3 amazing girls this year that put everything they had to fight with me. And I mean, I think this is not just an individual award, it's a team award. So I'm really happy.
We're so proud of all of our teammates making their mark all year. And that continued yesterday with our sweep over Georgia State, clinched by the freshman pair, Denny Constantinova and Stacy Reeves.
Honestly, it was just so exciting to be here. I'm really grateful to get the opportunity to play here, and it's always been a dream of mine since I was a kid. So honestly, playing here felt surreal. I could feel like the love of all my teammates, and it felt amazing to clinch the duel. I was super nervous, but I used it to help me, and we were able to pull it out, so it was great.
After dropping the first round match in last year's tournament to LSU, we're not going to let that happen this year with quick wins by Alanis and Sophia and Maria and Hallie.
It was definitely really hard because that team beat us 2 years ago in the second round. We went hungry. It was mentally tough, but I'm glad. I'm glad it's over and just looking forward for the future.
We said going into the game we just needed to be super aggressive, like hit every ball, like try not to shoot as least as possible, and that's what we did every single time, and it worked so well. Like, we're a super aggressive team, so yeah, just going all out from the beginning really helped us in that game, I would say.
We got Texas next in the Elite Eight in just a couple hours at 10 a.m. on ESPN2. Our number 2 ranked men's tennis team took care of their first round opponent yesterday on the purple courts by sweeping ACU for the second time this year and take on Oklahoma today at 4 p.m. Here was head coach David Roditi on what it will take to defend their national championship title from last year, right after they learned of their second seeding.
To win championships, you got to be good, you got to be prepared, you got to handle the moment well, and you got to be lucky. I said it all last year when we won the NCAAs, that you got to be lucky, and part of that luck is the matchups. Part of the luck is the way that each match is unfolding and the timing of when those matches finish, and how healthy you are. That's, a big part of it. But every team is banged up at this time of the year. It's just how banged up are you? It's part of that lucky factor.
As Big 12 regular season champions, the boys racked up some conference awards, starting with a couple superlative awards, with Roditi being named Coach of the Year for the 5th time, 3rd in the last 4 years, and Cooper Westendike as the Freshman of the Year, who finished the year 10-1. Veteran and captain Pedro Vives talked about his young team.
The young guys are getting plenty of chances, and they're getting all the time on court that they need, because next year at the end of the day, a lot of the seniors and more people won't be here, and they're gonna have to be the leaders of the team. And I think it's good for them to get a piece of losing, winning, how we want to deal with it, how we run practices, how we do everything. So I think it's been great for everyone, and hopefully we can be healthy now for the last 3 weeks of the season and get a shot at the NCAA trophy.
The Frogs led the men's all Big 12 selections with 6 combined spots in singles and doubles. Louis Maxted, Jack Pennington-Jones, Vives, and Westendike, all first-team singles, along with Maxted and Vives, and Pennington and Westendike as first-team doubles. On the women's side, Jade Otway and Issa Pascual were selected to first-team doubles, while Otway was a second-team singles selection. Good luck to the men against Oklahoma later today. After the break, Kassidy will get us caught back up on golf, baseball, track and field, and our Hall of Fame series.
Welcome to the Squire Shop.
We are locally owned and operated since 1994.
We specialize in the finest men's clothing that the market has to offer at affordable prices with unbelievable service.
We do custom clothing all the way to more casual, Peter Millar, Johnny O, kind of everything. Well, my dad's the owner, so I've been around retail my whole life. Oh, it's great. I mean, it's the best boss I'll ever have. I know that.
We love our TCU community. They have been so good to us. Come see us today. Go Frogs!
We are back here in windy Gulf Shores this morning, and I'm Kassidy Chun. We want to get you updated on our golf teams who continue to follow the norm around here regarding the postseason. Our number 15 ranked women's team took 4th at the Big 12 championships and heard their name at the 3 seed heading into the Lexington region to a course that they won earlier this year at the Keene Trace Golf Club, winning the Betty Lou Evans Invitational by 12 strokes in September. They have won 3 tournament championships so far this year. The Frogs have now qualified as a team for the NCAA tournament in 28 of the past 31 seasons, led by head coach Angie Ravioli-Larkin. The teams change, the standards do not. And speaking of standards, rookie French international Camille Min-Gauthier is one of the top freshmen in the country and was named Big 12 Freshman of the Year for her performance this year. Min-Gauthier finished as runner-up in 3 events, with 4 top 10s leading the Frogs in season scoring average, sub-70s, low 18, and low 54. The women start playing Kentucky on Monday. The top 5 teams of the 12 advance to the national championships. The men, after a strong spring, starting with their runner-up finish in Puerto Rico to their 5th place finish at the Big 12 championships. The Frogs head to the Auburn Regional to the Auburn University Golf Club a week from today. Our men are making their 33rd NCAA regional appearance in the last 35 seasons. Congrats on a great finish to the regular season and good luck as the postseason continues. Our track and field teams are at home today at the Loudon Track Complex at TCU, hosting the TCU Horned Frog Invite. Coming off a strong showing at the Penn Relays last weekend, impressing with more top-of-the-podium finishes. Irene Jepkin-Boy wins gold in the javelin with a 56.46 throw, a new Penn Relays record, and Ayanna Gray gets the three-peat winning goal for the 3rd straight year in the 100. Also, Gray helped lead her 4x200 relay team to a first-place finish. Before we head to break, we want to kick off our TCU Hall of Fame series, starting with former swim and dive coach Richard Sybesma, who served for 38 years leading the swim and dive programs. He retired in 2017 after guiding the Aqua Frogs in 5 different conferences, winning 7 league championships and 16 individual league titles, producing 7 national champions, 18 All-Americans, and 4 Olympians.
They had a program before I started. Ruth Bruton was a coach. I just kind of stepped in and took over, and they combined men and women. So I had both the men and women's program together, and it took us a while to get there because of what they gave us more scholarships every year. It was a slow process, but it happened. And the biggest things that came from that is when you get your ass handed to you by the Aggies and by SMU, and then you finally turn it around and beat them in a dual meet or at the conference meet. Now, I don't care whether it's horseshoes, football, or tiddlywinks. When we beat the Aggies, that was huge, and that was our whole goal for the year, other than going to the Southwest Conference meet. That was beating the Aggies, and then it was later in the career because SMU had such an outstanding program as well. But we finally did that after 40 years. Now, that's before me, too. I'm talking about finally when we were able to beat them. And then the program now with Coach Winchester and Coach Crowder, man, it is taken off. They are doing some wonderful things.
Congrats to Sybesma. The 58th TCU Athletics Hall of Fame class will be inducted in the fall. After this quick break, we will finish up volleyball and football and a feature on women's soccer, Cam Patton.
Energy does everything for us. It's all-encompassing.
We're all benefiting and affected from it.
And it is something that we all need to know about.
It is the glue that holds everything together.
TCU is powering what matters, our future.
We don't just talk about what's needed, we focus on results.
The Ralph Lowe Energy Institute is creating a world where energy is affordable, sustainable, and reliable.
Welcome back to the beach. Our volleyball team finishes up their spring season today as they take on Baylor at 11 and SMU at 3 in the Schollmeyer. We caught up with seniors Jalen Gibson and Sarah Sylvester.
It's going great, flying by. Headed on to our last week of spring season. But yeah, it's been going great.
Spring's been great. I think we're just working a lot on working through our system, trying to figure out what works, different pieces. All the young ones, it's great to start to see them kind of fill into these roles and bigger positions of more playing time and figure out really like what one way looks like, how to be a dragon, like all the things that Jason says. So it's been good to see them kind of in the gym and growing.
Sticking to our standards and just playing one-way volleyball. You know, we got Samara Coleman. She just came this fall. I feel like she's doing a great job. She's a huge addition to our team, so just trying to get everybody on the same page. That way, fall will just smooth sail.
I think it's a lot like just like what we want our identity to be. Like, what do we want TCU volleyball to be to this, like today, right now, and what do we want it to be like 5 years from now? And it all starts with how we come into the gym every day, how we come play on the weekend. So I think figuring out what we want our identity to be, and also knowing like we are a Sweet 16 team. Like that's something we're capable of. We're capable of getting to that round and getting further. Like once we're there, like you never know what happens. So we're just kind of always keeping like Sweet 16 is like our big goal, so keeping that front of mind, and then going from there.
I think Jason's doing a great job. You know, we have some new staff members, great recruits. So a lot of him putting in the work on that piece, and then obviously us putting in the work in training, all that, again, holding our standards, Frog way always. So just keeping it like that.
Jason has had so many like great ideas and just visions for this program, and sometimes it's hard to see it at the start, but I think things have really come around, and I think the people that have been here in and out of the program are all people that have helped like change and make a change for this program, and just like making it something to be proud of. That's something that we've talked about, is just like making TCU volleyball something to be proud of and something that we're excited to talk about in the future. So being able to say like I was part of that change has been super cool, but it's like not possible without all of our staff and just all the girls that have been here just kind of all putting their piece in. So.
Head coach Jason Williams talks about splitting on the day last Saturday at SMU against Arkansas State and Oklahoma, as well as the impact his newcomers are making on this team.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did some good things, and like, you know, with scrimmages, we're just letting things go, right? Like, I don't coach it the same as a match, so I don't manage too much. I even tell them like we've got to fight through this, you know. So we had some points where just being very untrained. But like for what we're trying to do in the fall, it was a really good day for us. We saw some things that we were a little surprised by, and then we got to work through some issues that we were expecting. Well, I wanted to see a cleaner setter-hitter connection. So we go so fast that it just creates a lot of misfires, a lot of misconnects. So wanted to see that. I would probably give that like a B-, right? But our transition, so whether it's during a play or we dig a ball and we got a trans to try to score a point, we were really focusing on that, and there were some highs and then there were some lows today. Yeah, I think they're acclimating great. Just again, when you go fast, everything is just harder, so everything's got to be better. So Rosie, our setter from Pep, she's doing a great job, and we know she's just going to keep getting better and better. And the other two are just figuring out how to be in our system, and I expect them to be in good shape come fall.
TCU newcomer Samara Coleman should be preparing for prom, but she enrolled in TCU in January to get a head start.
Yeah, I definitely think just wanting to get a head start and get in the gym earlier so I can have that time on the court in the fall and just get ahead of my class really and just get great earlier. I'm surrounded by great people, great culture, coaches, teammates, everyone, even my teachers. I just love everything about it. Great community. Everyone's loving.
Her family tree plays a huge part in her success on the court, as her parents were both college athletes and her cousin played in the NFL. Samara talks about feeding off that.
Yeah, I definitely think having those people around me in my family all the time, it's like a breath of fresh air because they've been in my position. They know when to give me good advice or give me advice and when to just, lay low. But it's awesome. They know me so well. They know what I'm capable of, and they're always my biggest supporters.
Frogs are in action today at 11-3, and more exciting news coming out this week regarding the fall schedule.
The Frogs will open on the road at the College Volleyball Showcase in Pittsburgh over Labor Day weekend, taking on defending national champion Penn State, winning their 8th national championship. They have Pitt that weekend as well, and the showcase will be nationally televised on the Fox network.
Yeah, no, it's so exciting. I think it's such a great way to start your season, just kind of see where you're at, and always I think the first couple games of the season are when you can take out those big hitter teams. So just be able to go in there and just compete at the highest level with them, try to take some sets from them, try to get games from them, and just be being able to see like measure up is awesome.
I think it's important, again, Jason sets us up for a great schedule. Playing those high-ranked teams will help us in the end. But yeah, just see where we're at in the beginning with those higher-ranked teams, and I'm excited.
Can't wait to see that one, and love to see our indoor volleyball sisters on the national stage as well. Speaking of national stage, women's soccer freshman Cam Patton joined us in the studio to talk about her freshman season.
Coming in as a freshman, all I wanted to do is be on the field. I wanted to be on the field, work hard for my teammates, and win a championship. And that was the ultimate goal. And I think, developing as a player in a position that I've really never played before, and coming in and just learning all this new information, I'm just super thankful. And honestly, I love the new position that I'm playing now. And I'm just so thankful that I have my team as support as well. But then coming in, winning the Big 12s, playing, I played a lot of minutes, which I'm very grateful for. Learned so many great and had so many great experiences with this team. And then after this great season where I've learned so much, getting that call up, it was an honor. And I've always put my soccer above anything, and seeing something come out of this season and my hard work, I'm just so incredibly thankful to get the call up, and I'm just excited to continue to work hard, and I'm looking forward to the next season with the Frogs. So.
Patton was a forward in club and played outside back all year this year, starting 22 of 23 games for the Frogs as a defender. And was her role or performance what she expected?
I came into preseason and I did not expect that. I was in preseason, I was like, Cam, just go in, work hard, and everything that happens is going to be for a reason. And I truly thank my team for just always pushing me up and always being there for me and helping me, especially as a freshman, and playing those minutes. All kudos to my team for that and my coaches, and having the ability to trust me as a freshman and to play those 90 minutes every game. So, I didn't expect it, but I was kind of like, this is a lot of fun, and I'm just truly grateful for the experience and everything. So.
More impressively, Jess recently returned from Kansas City from the U.S. national team U20 camp. And yeah, as a defender.
Yeah, so the camp was in Kansas City. It was a 7-day trip, and I was called up as a defender. This was my first camp as called up as a defender, which was pretty cool. And it was actually very similar position playing the position I played at TCU coming here. I'm outside back, but I also go up and play as a forward. So I was very fortunate enough to have some experience going into the camp. And playing with high-level players, we scrimmaged the KC Current, the professional team. Then we also had an inter-squad scrimmage with the girls, and then the coaches. I learned so much about the crest and what it means to wear the crest, and not only on the field but also off the field. And it was just really, truly an experience that I'm very grateful for.
Cam is very engaged on social media with her NIL platform, and her brand expands way beyond the field.
As an athlete, not only do I want to, play well on the field, but I also want to represent myself and other brands that I find important to me. Underdog Athletics, I put my faith above everything else, so partnering with them is a Christian-based company, and I would like to promote that because I want to share the gospel to as many people as possible. And then also working with Stat Sports, it's a top tracker, performance GPS tracker in the country. They reached out to me, and I'm like, of course, I would love to work with you to promote, tracking and awareness for those athletes, getting the metrics on paper. So I think was a big partnership as well. And then, of course, the Honey Stinger. I love the Honey Stinger waffles, so that was kind of like the best deal I could possibly get. So, but I'm just thankful to also, I'm all about sports performance, so the tracker and also the Honey Stinger waffles go hand in hand with that.
Her faith is very important to her. There was a time in her life where she was almost forced to quit the sport she loves, but due to drawing strength from the Lord, she can do anything she puts her mind to, and was nominated by Underdog Athletics to join the Athletes Powered by Jesus Challenge. I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. Philippians 4:13, which she sees every day written on her cleats.
I'm not only just a student athlete, but I'm a faithful Christian athlete. And I want to, like I said, I want to share that with as many people as possible, because I mean, I've had some obstacles in my life where I had to really take control of my faith, and I wouldn't be playing this sport if I didn't do that. So I think, you know, writing the Bible verse on my shoe and going to FCA and being surrounded not only with athletics but with also Christian values, and I would love to share that with as many people as possible. Yeah, so there was this time in my life where I was struggling, and I was at a point where physically I was almost unable to play soccer anymore. And it was a really hard part of my life because soccer was my thing. I mean, soccer was like my getaway and like my joy in my world, and I was at a weight where I couldn't perform. And, you know, I was talking with my parents about everything, but I think my family helped me through everything, but what really helped me get to the point to play soccer again was my faith, and knowing that Jesus has me, and knowing that I get my strength from him. And it was a really, like I said, it was a really hard time in my life, but again, I wouldn't be playing this sport without my strength from God. So.
Finally, she talks about how this year at TCU has allowed her to grow tremendously as a person.
TCU has helped me grow as a person by giving me a community to be myself, and also to not only be identified as a soccer player, but as an athlete, as a person. And, you know, all the different people that I've met here has transformed me into an even better person. From my coaches to my teammates, from the other athletes that I met from other sports, from professors. I mean, the support here has really transformed me and made me realize that there's so many great people in this world, and how I can continue to build my platform here, build my NIL, work with my teammates. I mean, like TCU has, I mean, my freshman year, did not know I would be sitting here today talking about all of this in front of you. So, I mean, TCU has really transformed me into the person I am today.
Last but not least, on to the NFL they go. Wide receiver Jack Bech was picked in the second round, the 58th overall pick in last week's NFL draft, to the Las Vegas Raiders. Right behind him was Savion Williams to the Green Bay Packers in the third round. Along with Bech and Williams, 9 additional players signed free agent contracts to the NFL. We'll dive into those players on next week's editions of Frog Flash. Congrats to our Carter boys, and we wish them luck in their mini camps over the next several months.
Well, that will do it from the stand here in Gulf Shores, and we thank you for joining us. The only media outlet that covers all of TCU athletics. Stay connected for dynamic and original content right here at Frogs Today. For Roxo Media House and TCU Beach, I'm Kassidy Chun.
And I'm Hallie Frist for our Frogs Today crew here in Gulf Shores from the NCAA Beach Volleyball Championships. This has been Frogs Today for Saturday, May 3rd. Time to get ready for our match. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to tune in to ESPN2 today to watch our match at 10 a.m., the Texas Showdown against the Longhorns. Go
Frogs! TCU!